Welcome to HS Stories. Let's start the video. A long time ago, in a quiet village far from the bustling cities, there lived a wise and kind-hearted old lady. She had chosen a life of solitude, focusing on her worship and devotion to God. She lived peacefully in a small house, spending her days praying, helping those in need, and reflecting on the beauty of God's creation. One evening, as she sat by her window, a tiny mouse fell from the beak of a crow and landed near her door. The mouse was injured and trembling with fear. It had barely survived the fall. The old lady gently picked it up, took it inside, and offered it some food. From that day on, the mouse began living with her. She continued to feed it daily. Slowly, the mouse grew healthy and strong. Want to stay inspired? Hit that subscribe button. One day, a cat from the nearby forest spotted the fat mouse near the house and began chasing it. Terrified, the mouse ran inside and hid behind the old lady, pleading for her help. The old lady shooed the cat away, but seeing the fear in the mouse's eyes, she felt deep compassion. She thought, the cat will come again to attack this mouse, and I may not always be here to protect it. So, with a prayer to God for wisdom, she asked for the strength to help the mouse. God granted her the ability to transform the mouse into a cat, so it would no longer fear the predators of the forest. The mouse, now a cat, roamed the forest fearlessly and was very happy. Everything seemed fine until one day, a wild dog spotted the cat and began chasing it. Once again, the cat ran back to the old lady, hiding behind her and begging for her help. Seeing the danger, the old lady, through the mercy of God, transformed the cat into a dog. Now, the mouse-turned-cat-turned-dog once again roamed the forest without fear. Everything went smoothly until one day, a tiger saw the dog and began chasing it. The dog ran to save its life and returned to the house, trembling with fear. Moved by the plight of the dog, the old lady, again showing her compassion, turned the dog into a majestic tiger. Now, the mouse who had become a tiger was the king of the forest. He roamed freely, and all the animals feared him and ran at his sight. But as time passed, one day, while the tiger was wandering through the forest, a hunter appeared. The hunter shot at him with a gun, and the tiger, frightened by the loud noise of the shot, ran back to the house and hid behind the old lady, crying, "Please save me from the hunter or he will kill me." The old lady, through the mercy of God, transformed the tiger into a man. Now as a human, the mouse was filled with joy and pride. He felt powerful and free. He began visiting the nearby village, living among the people, and thinking about starting a family. But a thought began troubling him. He thought, I was once a mouse, and no one knows it except the old lady. But if one day she tells someone that I was once a mouse, they will laugh at me, and I will lose their respect. This fear grew stronger, and soon a dangerous idea formed. Why not kill the old lady so she can never reveal my secret? He thought. With that wicked thought in his mind, he picked up a knife and went to the old lady's house, intending to harm her. But as soon as he entered the house, the wise old lady, sensing his wicked intentions, prayed to God and transformed him back into a tiny mouse. Once again, the mouse was terrified, running away from the house and never returning. This story reminds us of an important lesson. If we don't control our thoughts, they will begin to control our actions. The mouse was given strength, respect, and even the life of a human, but one wicked thought, just one, led to his downfall. It all started in his mind, and in the end, he lost everything. In our lives, it is often the same. A small negative thought, such as jealousy, fear, or anger, if not controlled, slowly grows bigger. It begins to shape the way we see the world, influencing our decisions and actions. And those actions, good or bad, will determine our future. In today's world, where there is constant pressure to compete, where emotions like jealousy, fear, and anger are easily triggered, our minds are more restless than ever. We are surrounded by distractions, negative influences, and harmful thoughts. That is why we must always be mindful of our thoughts. Every success or failure begins in the mind. If we can control our thoughts and stay focused on good intentions, we can shape our future according to God's will. But if we allow harmful thoughts to guide us, even one thought can destroy everything we've worked for. The moral of this story is that our thoughts have the power to shape our actions and ultimately, our destiny. If we don't control our thoughts, they can lead us down a path of destruction. In this story, the mouse's fear of being ridiculed and losing respect led him to consider harming the old lady, which ultimately resulted in him losing everything. This teaches us the importance of mindfulness and self-awareness, highlighting that a single negative thought can have severe consequences if not managed properly.